Well, hello, my friends. Welcome back to Breaking Bricks. I'm your host, Neil. You know, for the past, I want to say now, 6 to 9 months, ever since California last year, the term mills has been brought up countless times through conventions, lug networks, friends. And for a while, I didn't know what that term meant. Turns out I've been doing it the whole time. A mill is a base plate. I pretty much build these mills like the temple that we've been working on. It's got a nice thick base plate to it. It's for electrical, power for the smoke machine, and strength. It gives me solid support for carrying such a big build. Now, this right here is a modular set. It's my very first one. It's the first one I've ever owned. I tried to avoid city sets. Just simply because of the fact that I didn't really care for half buildings, to be honest with you. A place set, you know, they give you half a building, some of the details there, but over the years with Lego, detail has definitely gotten so much more better. And this is a great example of that. All right, so this is a modular set. The Bodega Hotel. I like to call it the Sleaze Flea Hotel. But you're going to spend this kind of money for one of these sets. Now, I traded for this set, so I didn't buy it. So I got a little bit better of a deal. But this thing retails in the USA for $230. Kind of expensive for some blocks, to be honest with you. But, you know, overall, you're getting a great value out of that money. You get a detailed set. You get plenty of minifigures. Now, when you buy a set like this, it comes on a base plate, kind of like this base plate, but this is a much bigger base plate. It comes on a small base plate about the size of what the sidewalk is here. Now, I've already started my mill here because when you spend the money on one of these sets, you want to put it on a really great mill. It gives it strength. If you want to wire it up for LED lights, it's a great place to run your wiring. On top of that, you know, you can add detail in depth rather than just on surface. So, I started my mill plate, and this is roughly 3 blocks to get to here. Then you got a flat, and then some tile work on top of that, and then the building itself. Now, overall, if you're going to spend $230 on a modular set, you might as well go ahead and pick up that LED kit, which I already installed. I love lights in these things. It really kind of gives detail here. And hold on a second, I gotta grab my coffee. I need to drink. All right, so the LED kit runs for anywhere between 30 and 50 bucks, depending on who you get it from, how long it's gonna take to get there. Most LED kits are coming from overseas, whether it be Australia, China, someplace overseas. It's an aftermarket kit. You cannot get these from Lego directly. They don't supply them. They have different types of light systems altogether. But as an artist and you want to light it up easily, those are the kind of kits you want to put in these. Now, I've already started my mill plate. I've already got my LED lights in here. So let's go ahead and just turn those on. All right, and there we go. We got our LED lights. Now, I'm going to shut down the light towards the end of the video so you can see what it looks like up close. But in the meantime, I've got these mills. I went with a bigger mill plate because as I add on to my city, I can just attach and slide them up to the next thing. I also have a border here on the side, which I can take off and redo. It has 2 functions. The first function and most important is it's aesthetically pleasing. No matter what you're creating, you want it to be pleasing to the eye, okay? On top of that, you know, you want to fill your spacing correctly. Now, a lot of people will use row plates. I have no problem with row plates and people that do. I prefer to do what's called the brick and tile method. Simply because with brick and tile and a long-term usage, you're going to have more choices and options and directions of which to go. So I went with brick and mill. So as you can see, my sections are kind of cut out here. I've got them kind of filled in with some stuff. My crosswalks are tile on top of brick, tacked straight down to the bottom. Now let me show you what my row plates are going to look like. All right, so I've got an intersection piece right here Real simple, nothing to it. Little snap piece here for a minifig. On the bottom of the brick, you're going to notice that it's slightly up high. Now, the reason why I do that is to kind of give it feet, so when I set it down and I'm checking it as I build it, it's flat. And the way this is going to sit in here, it's just going to slide right into place. And it's completely smooth and even with my crosswalks. This is brick built. This is tile on top of brick. And it's one smooth action. Okay. The reason why I wanted to do tile here in the crosswalks is then I can add color to it. You know, at first I went with the dark gray striping in the white, and it just didn't. I want it to pop a little more. So I went with that weird puke green color, like that's in the top of the building here. Kind of matches it, and it's aesthetically pleasing. So let's move on to the next road piece here. So as you can see, I've got another road piece here, and this one's going to go right here. Got a couple snap pieces in it. Once again, it's got a little height to it, and it's just going to kind of snug up in here and slide right into place like so. Completely smooth once again, just like this piece here with this and this. Now, I chose brick here because, once again, I can add a little color to it. It's a little bit more accurate to my eye anyway. With your side paints and your line trims down the center. Compared to the road plates that they give you, they're fat lines. There's nothing you can do about it. Where it's placed is how it goes. Here I have a choice of how it goes. Right now this is just a corner building, so we don't have any parking lots or anything attached to this yet. So in time, you know, you'll see what I'm talking about and how we can alter that. And then on this side I have one last road piece, but in this I have this little piping kind of built in place. There's a reason for that. Third road piece, just like the second, same coloring, a couple snap pieces to hold stuff in. It's suspended in the air. That way it makes it easier to build in the long run. And it sits on these little tabs in here. The reason why that's like that is it helps make it even with your brick and tile sections. That's how you do it. These sections are just free floating in there. Thus, the second reason why we have these pieces here on the side until I add onto it is to keep them in place. I can build them in place, but once again, practicality and all the justifications, you know, it's all perception is really what it is. Lego building is perception. I do it with big builds, I do it with small builds, and this is no exception to that rule. It's all perception. So once again, once you get your road pieces in here, you know it's starting to look pretty complete. Well, now you want to start sticking some stuff in there. You know what I mean? Because even though you got your pretty crosswalks and your roads are in place and they're pretty bright, now we want to fill the space. Because if you don't fill the space, then it's just boring. So let's just go ahead and do that. So we got a little car here, and we're just going to place it right there. We got an old lady running away. We got our coffee cart. We're going to just sit over here by the little space baby. And we're going to have some fun with the Fantastic Four. Now we got this road construction site here. And the piping in here, and we'll get an up close look at that here shortly. The reason why that's like that is I built these little water streams. So it looks like we are under construction. Let's get our road crew out here. And we got a wheelbarrow full of dirt. Oh, here comes the thing. We'll put him over here. Another one of our construction workers with the saw. And just for practicality and giggles, because we like Loki, let's put him up there. We got another guy running away. And you'll understand why he's running away if you haven't picked up on it yet. We got another construction worker with a jackhammer. We got a cop on a bike racing in. We got the cabbie guy running away. We got a business guy just kind of trying to run away. Another guy running away. A lot of guys running away there. And you kind of get the idea of the theme. We'll stick a mailbox down here on this corner. And, you know, the coffee guy has to be with his coffee stand. It just... The bellhop is shocked what she's seeing. And we got one last lady running away here. All right. So, oh, I guess I left one space clear. For the most part, this thing is kind of giving you a little bit of a story, all in one cube. Time for the final piece. The man himself. Go like this. And there you have it. Modular building, LED lights, and a mill plate. All right, so let's take an up-close look at what we got done today. All right, right off the ripper, we got our construction crew here working. As you can see, the pipes that had bust were in here working. It's just kind of fun. Those kind of things happen here in Ohio quite a bit. All right, we got our people in our mailbox, kind of all hanging out. We got the car, the guy running away. All these people shocked. And who are they running from? Go like this. And of course, you know, let's kind of go over here. And we're going to try to sneak in here a little bit. We got our little outdoor bar going on there with the guy kind of drinking his beer, having a good time there. And of course, let's see if we can see inside the hotel here. That's the whole point of the LED lights. So as we get in here, you can see the detail in there. Once you add these LED lights, I'm going to be honest with you, they are a bit of a pain in the ass to install. The wiring is not exactly the best. It still kind of dangles and gets in the way. Hiding it isn't the easiest. Now, if I would have built this set from scratch, I would have started the LED kit right when I did it. But I do like the building, and you can see why it's a modular and costs so much money. Now, I just have the battery pack sitting here just to make it easier, but you can see how it comes out of the bottom of the mill where it's going to attach to another section. And then we are back at the bar once again. Well, I wonder what it looks like with the lights off. Let's find out. And there you have it. It is a pretty sight. I am pretty happy with this building. This is my first modular building, and everybody was on me about wanting to do something else other than Star Wars, and here it is. I decided to start with a city, and this is just gonna have to take my time with this because these buildings are expensive, so it's not like I can just run out and get this anytime I want. Plus, they only release a couple of years, so one mill at a time, one building at a time, one light kit at a time. So if you like what you saw here, my friends, go ahead and hit that like button. It lets me know I did a good job and it suggests this kind of content. Anybody might be into it. Hey, you never know what you're going to learn with these kind of things. Got a good idea for a build? Want to put that down in the comments below? Just want to talk Lego or whatever? Go ahead and put that down in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And of course, we cannot grow here as a family unless you hit that subscribe button. It takes you a mere half second, but for me, it really does mean an awful lot. I'll see you here next time on Breaking Bricks.